My guards followed you last night. You really thought I wouldn't know where you wandered off to? The night hides many things, but not you, never you. Even when you slip into the dark without a word, something inside me tracks you with an accuracy that should terrify you. You keep trying to test the limits of how far I'll go for you. Every step you take away from me pulls something darker out of me, something that refuses to let you fade into places where my eyes can't reach. You call it control, I call it instinct. You don't realize how loud your silence is. You don't have to speak. The absence of your voice already tells me everything. You run and I feel it. You hide and I sense it. You breathe differently and it drags my attention back to you like a command. You wander at night as if you're untouchable, as if danger can't recognize your face, but I do. And that's exactly why I cannot allow you to disappear into shadows that don't belong to you. I don't trust the world with you, not even for a moment. You think I'm obsessed? Then understand this. Obsession is too small a word. What I feel for you goes beyond wanting, beyond need, beyond logic. It's a pull carved into my bones, a claim I can't reverse even if I wanted to. You have no idea what it does to me when you try to walk away. Every instinct in me sharpens, possessive, unyielding. I don't care how far you think you can go. I'll always find you, not because I have to, because it's already written in me. You tempt every dark part of me without even touching me. Last night proved it. My guards followed you, but if I had believed for a second that someone else looked at you longer than they should have, I would have gone after you myself, without hesitation, without mercy. You really thought I wouldn't feel you slipping away into the night like a whisper I wasn't meant to hear. You move quietly, but the effect you have on me is anything but silent. Even when you're miles away, I can sense the shift in the air around you. It's maddening how your absence feels louder than your presence. How the darkness seems to follow you as if it knows you belong to the kind of man who refuses to lose what he desires. You walk with this stubborn belief that distance will somehow weaken what I feel, but you don't understand how deeply you've already settled into me. Every step you take away only pulls me harder toward you, as if the universe itself keeps reminding me that you're the one thing I'm not allowed to let slip through my fingers. You try to hide, but your fear, your heartbeat, your hesitation, they all belong to me long before you realize it. You move like you're challenging me, like you're daring me to see how much control I give up. But you don't know me, not in the way that matters. I don't surrender, not to anyone, not for anything. And yet for you, there's this pull I can't ignore. It's not weakness. It's a dangerous kind of attachment that pushes me to keep you close even when you pretend you don't need me watching. You don't understand the kind of men who roam these streets at night. You think you're safe because you blend into the crowd, because you walk fast, head down, pretending you don't feel eyes on you. But I know better. I know exactly how the world looks at someone like you. Unprotected, unaware, beautiful in ways that attract the worst kinds of intentions. And that thought alone is enough to tear the restraint out of me. You can call it possessive, obsessive, controlling. Use whatever word makes you feel powerful. But the truth is simple. You've awakened a part of me I've kept buried all my life. A part of me that doesn't negotiate, doesn't share, doesn't let go. You're the one who drew it out, and now you have to live with the consequences of being claimed by a man who was never meant to feel anything at all. You don't even realize how your absence shapes me. I don't need your touch, your voice, or your presence to feel you. You exist in every thought, every breath, every decision I make. And the cruel thing is, you don't even try. You just exist. And that's enough to pull me toward you like gravity that refuses to break. You think running gives you freedom, but all it does is bind you deeper into me. Because every night you try to vanish, I get reminded of one undeniable truth. You belong in a place only I can reach, a place where my darkness fits perfectly around you, and no distance, no silence, no attempt to disappear will ever change the inevitable pull that drags you back to me every single time. You keep pretending that your distance will calm something in me, but it only sharpens everything I feel. The more you pull away, the more precise my focus becomes. It's like you trigger a switch in me, one that refuses to let you fade, one that turns every breath you take into something I'm aware of. Even when you think you've escaped my reach, you walk into the night as if the darkness is your shield, not realizing it bends around you because it recognizes you're tied to someone far more dangerous than it is. I don't have to see you to know where you're going. Your choices are loud, your fears even louder. Every moment you try to disappear only draws me closer to the truth you refuse to admit. You feel me even when I'm not there. You move like someone who wants to be forgotten, yet everything about you demands attention. The way you walk fast but look back twice. The way your shoulders tense when the world grows too quiet. The way your silence begs for someone to break it. And that someone is always me, even when you don't want it, even when you deny the pull. You don't realize how dangerous the world becomes the moment you try to navigate it alone. I know the kind of shadows that follow you. I know the intentions of the people who glance too long. I know the risks you ignore just to prove you don't need me. But you do, more than you understand. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I need you just as much in ways I never thought possible. You think you're fighting me, but you're fighting the part of yourself that responds to me without permission. The part that slows down when you sense me watching. The part that breathes differently when my name crosses your mind. The part that hates how much it wants to be pulled back, even when your pride tells you to run. That conflict inside you, I feel every bit of it. You don't know how deeply you've unsettled me. I've lived my whole life with control carved into my bones, and you're the first person who cracks it without even trying. I should hate you for that. I should push you away. But instead, I'm drawn to you like I've been waiting for someone exactly as reckless, as stubborn, as intoxicating as you. You keep running, but you're not going anywhere. Not because I won't let you, but because every step you take circles back to me. You're tied to me in ways neither of us chose, ways neither of us can break. And whether you accept it or not, this pull between us is only growing, deeper, darker, and far too powerful for you to outrun. You keep acting like your distance will teach me restraint, but all it does is pull the darker parts of me to the surface. Every time you try to slip away, something possessive tightens in me, something that refuses to loosen its grip. Even when you're far, it feels like you're standing right in front of me, defiant, trembling, tempting me to follow the path your silence leaves behind. You walk through the night as if you understand the danger, but you don't. You think quick steps and lowered eyes will protect you, but you forget how easily you attract attention. I feel it, I sense it. I know the kind of eyes that linger on you, and that knowledge alone is enough to make my pulse turn violent. You think I'm overreacting, but you have no idea what it does to me to imagine someone else watching you. You keep pretending you don't feel the pull between us, but I hear it every time your breath catches. You tell yourself you're running from me, that you're escaping the weight of my presence, but you wouldn't look back if you didn't hope, deep down, that I'd be there in the shadows. You wouldn't pause at corners if some part of you didn't expect me to be 2 steps behind. You don't understand that your silence says more than your words ever could. I hear the fear you won't admit. I sense the curiosity you try to kill. I feel the confusion you hide behind anger. You think you're unreadable, but you've never been more transparent to me. You're a map I navigate without light, a language I understand without being taught. You think the night belongs to you, but it bends around you because it knows who you're tied to. Darkness doesn't scare me. Distance doesn't stop me. And your attempts to break free only feed the hunger I've been trying and failing to keep contained. You step away, and something in me steps closer without permission. You keep fighting a connection that was never meant to be gentle. You want soft, calm, predictable, but what lies between us is none of those things. It's raw, it's consuming, it's built on truths you're too afraid to face. You feel me even when I'm not there. And every time you deny it, I feel the denial like a spark that refuses to die. You can keep running, but you won't outrun what binds us. Not the tension, not the pull, not the darkness that grows thicker every time you push me away. You can disappear into the night as many times as you want, but every path you take will always twist back toward me, because deep down, you know exactly where you belong. You think slipping into the night will give you control again, but all it does is make my presence settle deeper into you. You walk fast, head down, pretending you don't feel the weight of my attention on your skin, but you do. The air shifts around you when I'm near. And even when I'm not, the memory of me follows you like a shadow you can't shake. You keep moving as if distance will protect you from what you've awakened in me. But you don't understand what kind of man you're dealing with. I don't cool off. I don't forget. I don't let go. The more you try to disappear, the clearer you become in my mind. Your scent, your footsteps, the way your breath stutters when fear and longing collide in your chest. You walk like someone who wants freedom, but every step you take is chained to my awareness. You think no one is watching, but I feel every shift in your pace, every moment you slow down, every corner you hesitate at. You announce your fear without words, and it drags me toward you even when I try to hold myself back. You pretend you don't feel the bond between us, but the night exposes you. It amplifies the tension you try to bury. It magnifies every emotion you refuse to name. You can lie to yourself, but the darkness around you tells the truth. You think of me, even when you're trying to run from the thought of me. You don't realize how easily the world could swallow you if I ever stopped paying attention. You walk through danger like it's harmless, trusting your instincts, not knowing how fragile that trust is. You think you're strong alone, but the night doesn't care about your pride, and the world isn't kind to someone as unguarded as you. You keep fighting a connection that never asked for permission to exist. You can deny it, curse it, run from it, but it doesn't fade. It tightens, it deepens. It lingers in the back of your mind, even when you try to silence it. You feel the pull just as much as I do, and every attempt to escape only proves it more. You can wander into the darkness as much as you want, but you'll always feel me there. Not because I'm chasing you, but because some part of you has already accepted that my presence is etched into your path. And no matter how many times you try to disappear, the night will always lead you back to the man you're trying and failing to run from. You keep pretending that putting distance between us will dissolve the intensity I carry for you, but all it does is ignite it even more. The night hides your steps, but it can't hide the way you affect me. It can't hide the echo of your choices, how You walk faster when your thoughts get tangled with mine. How your pulse betrays the truth you keep trying to bury. You think I don't notice, but I read you better than you read yourself. You walk into the darkness like someone who wants to be untouchable, yet everything about you invites danger. You move with this fragile confidence, like you're trying to convince yourself that you're fine on your own, but the world doesn't bend for you the way it does for me. It doesn't pause, it doesn't protect. Every shadow you pass through feels like an insult to my control, like you're letting places I don't trust come too close to you. You act like my presence is a cage, but you never admit how much safety you find in it. You think I don't see the way your shoulders loosen when you know I'm near. Even if you pretend you don't want me there, you think I don't notice how you breathe a little steadier when you sense me watching. You can deny it with every word you speak, but your body tells the truth every time you step into the unknown. You keep pushing me away like it'll convince you that you don't care, but everything in you betrays that lie. The hesitation in your steps, the way you look back when you think no one is paying attention, the way your heartbeat shifts when the night grows too quiet. You can fight me, but you can't fight what your own instincts whisper when you're alone. They whisper my name even when you don't want them to. You don't understand what it means to be the focus of a man like me. You think you're dealing with someone who walks away easily, someone who forgets, someone who can be replaced or distracted. But you've awakened something in me that doesn't loosen, doesn't break, doesn't sleep. You stepped into my world without knowing what it meant, and now every part of me acts to you in ways I never allowed myself to react to anyone. You fight the connection between us with this stubborn, reckless energy, as if resistance will save you from the truth. But the truth is already wrapped around you. It's in the way you pause before turning a corner, as if waiting for a presence you can't admit you feel. It's in the way you tense and soften at the same time when you sense my attention. You're not trying to escape me. You're trying to escape the parts of yourself that are to me. You can keep running into the night, but every step you take is already claimed, not because I own you, but because some force bigger, darker, and deeper than both of us tied our paths together long before you tried to pull away. No distance you create can sever that pull. No silence can drown it. The night knows it. I know it, and somewhere in the parts of you you refuse to face, you know it